We're going to start things off talking about the Topps Fanatics and Jackie Robinson deal. Now, as most of you have heard already, um, soccer player Antoine Griezmann was given a box of Topps Sterling 2023. It's an $1,100 product, I believe, for 2 packs, 2 cards. He opened it in Michael Rubin's office, and we'll just play the video here. No sound. And you can see Griezmann opening the box, which wasn't wrapped, which was strange. But you can see the look on his face. He's honestly surprised. Ruben, on the other hand, and Liner didn't look so surprised to me. They knew something good was going to come out of that. I'm very happy for Griezmann pulling a Jackie Robinson cut like that. However, if they did know something big, and then a Mike Trout auto came out of the other pack. So if they did happen to know what was in that box, now that's pretty fishy. Just gonna leave it at that. Again, Griezmann seems to be a very avid collector and loves collecting cards, and again, very happy for him. They also put out about this time, Fanatics did a commercial or little, I believe it was a 3-minute clip of athletes talking about their heroes and their heroes responding to them. Give it a watch. It's very good content. It's really interesting. I'd like to see Fanatics definitely do more of this type of advertisement, as opposed to ripping open $1,100 boxes. It brings me to the conclusion of, why couldn't Fanatics just bring Griezmann in to see a high end product being put together? As a collector, I know I would appreciate that. I would think that would be a cool thing to do. To see some of the high end cards before they go into the product, and see the process that they use to pack the stuff out. Again, that would be an interesting video just to put out by Fanatics. Fanatics is saying they want to be completely um, transparent. They want to be completely transparent with the collecting base, and yet they're coming out with stuff like this, which just seems a little bit odd. So, moving on to the next topic, John Morant. John Morant just received a 25-game suspension by the NBA. He's definitely one of the top stars in the league, and he's running around waving a gun around. This needs to be stopped. 25 games, I don't think is enough. This is a kid that's got the league by. He's got the world by the balls, man. He can do anything. He's a great player. He's got a ton of talent, and he's running around waving a gun around. Stop. Stop this. Just simply stop. Um, I took a look at a couple of cards that I had sold of his. I sold them during the COVID boom. I had an orange cracked ice PSA 10. I sold it for $1,150. As you can see now, the last one sold went for $215. Um, uh, Optic. So I sold mine for $285. Now they can be bought for $31. Now, is that simply because the market is down, or would his stuff necessarily be as down if he wasn't out there waving a gun around and he was still playing? He definitely hurt the Grizzlies' chances of making the playoffs. He he's gonna hurt the Grizzlies' chances of making the playoffs next year. Somebody needs to sit him down and talk to him and ask him if he wants to play basketball. Because if he doesn't, he should maybe not play basketball. Because he's acting like he doesn't want to. Moving on to the next guy in the same draft class, Zion. I'm sure everybody's heard of the baby mama drama, but honestly, who cares? That's one thing. But when stuff like this is coming out, um, via Brian Widshorst and the Hoop Collective, he reports that there's no relationship between Zion and the organization, and a minimal relationship between Zion and his teammates, from what I understand. Now, that being said, somebody who has an injury problem and is dealing with these off the court issues, I believe he needs to be a better teammate than someone who isn't dealing with the same issues. Zion is, I don't want to say he's done, because you can't say that about any player, but him and Ja both, they need to take a deep look inside and see if they want to play basketball anymore. Now we're going doing the same thing with the Zion. Now during the peak, I had 2 Zion PSA 10s. I sold one for $620 and one for $800. That same card now could be had for $56. Now, is that simply because he's hurt every other day and he's dealing with all these off the court issues, or is it just because of the down market? I think it's a little column A and a little column B. So moving on to the next subject, eBay has announced that they are limiting breakers. Breakers need to be pre-approved by eBay. My guess is it's moving forward because of the eBay Live moving forward, and they don't want to deal with the issues that Whatnot is having to deal with right now. Everybody's seen those issues. Breakers stealing cards, breakers not being truthful. That's why 100%, if you're going to break with somebody that has been around and has been doing it for a while. And there's some really good breakers out there. There's Mojo Break, there's Cards Infinity. There's some really good guys out there that are entertaining and put out a good product and good pricing. And if you're gonna break with somebody that you can trust. Moving back to Fanatics, Fanatics Live is coming. Fanatics is going to take over the collectible industry. It looks like they definitely want to control the hobby, and maybe it's a good thing, maybe it's a bad thing. Everything in one place. They acquired PWCC. Now they're Fanatics Live with breaking, and we'll see. It's gonna be a wait and see attitude. It's gonna be really hard to compete with eBay, especially when eBay launches eBay Live. I think you're gonna see a lot of card sellers and everything selling on eBay Live. And I think one big reason why eBay Live is taking so long is eBay wants to do it right. So a little sad news this week. The Iron Sheik passed away. I believe he was 81 years old. Most known as he was a WWE wrestler. And then later in life, he was known on the Howard Stern show. He would come on and tell his stories about Hulk Hogan being a jabroni, and he a very interesting individual. I believe you can find his interview with Kayfabe Radio on YouTube, and it's truly an amazing interview. He talks about